What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's Xyber here, Tech and Games Crusader. I have another unboxing just arrived today. Very excited for this. As you saw from my preview teaser video, this is the AYN, or All You Need, Odin Pro Super Pack. Did crowdfunding for this on Indiegogo. Here's the page for it. Go ahead and show you a little bit more. So the super dock is included with the super pack. Some things make this a little bit different than your typical Android handheld. And yeah, we're going to go through what those are here. You have sound ports, as you can see. So these are bass tubes so that you have more of a resonance chamber. The analog triggers on this are actually Hall effect magnetic sensors, so they're more prone to durability and lasting than typical spring or micro switch type or even conductive rubber solenoid with a hanging spring. So here is the in-demand pricing currently for the Odin Pro. That's $289 US or 2,251 Hong Kong dollars. By the way, guys, Happy Lunar New Year for China. They're celebrating their new year right now, so it's officially Year of the Tiger in 2022 for them. So this right here is what I ended up getting. The Odin Pro Super Pack. It was not this price whenever I got it. So, if you order now, they are currently shipping as they get them done. Cool thing is, this is not a single operating system handheld. As you can see, is Android 10, but it's also Windows 11. So, that's pretty cool that you can be able to have a hybrid setup. Show you here on the Indiegogo. Odin Pro is a Snapdragon 845, 8 gigabytes of LPDDR4X RAM, and that's 128 gigabytes of UFS 2.1 storage, as well as it has a built-in micro SD card slot that can handle up to a 2 terabyte micro SD card, so micro SD-XC for extreme capacity. Charging cable, super dock, HDMI cable, screen protector, hard shell, bag, earbuds, and charger. So they offered originally, whenever I got it, more colors than this. Here you can see they have the Super Nintendo Cold Gray. They have the GameCube style Atomic Purple. They have a white translucent, black translucent, black, and the one I got, which is the Panda, or all white. So looking over this right here, you can see that it does have, first off, a 6-inch IPS-E panel, so it's a low power IPS panel that does reduce on the backlight bleed. That's the one downfall I really have on the ayn Pro 2021 edition, is it has a really not great back bleed rating for the IPS panel on it. You have a microphone here so you can be able to get voiceover captured for recording. You have 2 analog joysticks that are clickable for L3 and R3 capabilities. This D-pad, as we'll take a look at whenever I open the box, it reminds me so much of the design of probably the best D-pad of any handheld ever, which is the PlayStation Vita. The buttons are a little bit larger than what you would have on the Switch, but they have that same kind of matte satin finish on them. Okay, looking on the top, you can see here you have your analog triggers, you have your power switch, volume rocker, and this is a vent. You have a flash card for your micro SD card. You have a micro HDMI port. On the bottom, you have your audio jack and USB Type-C cable, which is what you're going to interface with on the Super Dock. On the back, you have 2 extra buttons for M2 and M1. You have your intake, because this has a built-in active fan to be able to overclock higher performance than, I have a Snapdragon 845 device in the form of a Razer Phone 2. Here's your parameters for the sizing at 224 millimeters wide by 95.2 millimeters tall. Roughly a little bit larger, a little bit wider than the Switch Lite. The depth of the handheld itself, not counting the expansion grips and buttons, is 15 millimeters thick. And then that expands up to 23.7 millimeters thick. And then on the front, your analog sticks and buttons rise up to 3.8 millimeters. So total thickness of 27.5 millimeters thick from the highest point to the lowest point. Here's the cool thing about this dock. First off, you have a screen protector that you can see through that is on the front of the dock. You have Type-C for the Odin to connect. You have Nintendo 64 controller ports on the front, 2 of them. You have 2 USB 3.0A ports on the front. Then on the back, you have USB Type-C input. This is for your power, pass-through power. And then you have HDMI interfaces 2.0B. So that means it can handle 4K 60 output. Then you have 3 more USB 3.0A ports. And then a 1 gigabyte LAN or T1000 RJ45 Ethernet port. On the sides, not just Nintendo 64. No, you have 2 GameCube ports on this dock. And we're not done yet. You need more storage or want to expand to fit a whole bunch of ROMs or something on here for running emulators and stuff. You can turn this handheld essentially into a full-blown RetroArch PC. You can put in a 2.5-inch SSD or laptop hard drive. And it just mounts into this cover plate on the back of the dock. Is that not crazy? In addition to, you can throw a bunch of external drives on there. Or controllers. I mean, if you wanted to emulate and play Smash Brothers on Dolphin for Wii or Melee and do 4 players, you can do it on this. For a $50 dock, this is probably the best dock I've seen on offering for everything it can do. And its footprint is not that large. It's 150.5 millimeters wide by 109 or 112.74 millimeters tall by 120.8 millimeters deep. So here's what they had for the actual color options right here. Comparing pricing. You had the light model, which is not available yet. It will be shipping out soon, but it uses a MediaTek Dimensity D900. It was going to be a D1000, but they had some issues running into chip availability. I can't wait until this company, if this is successful, gets the ability to get a newer Snapdragon, like a Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 or something like that, or a Snapdragon S3G in a handheld. Then we will truly be able to do the limits of what you can do emulation-wise on an Android handheld, in addition to running native Steam games on Windows mode from this handheld, if it had such specs. I mean, at that point, I would expect it to have 16 gigs of LPDDR5X and possibly upwards of maximum 256 gig, which is what the max you can put on this is with an add-on, or 512 gigabyte internal storage of UFS 3.1 speed. And maybe even we could get a OLED or even just an HDR panel, like one of the ultra wides, the 2400 by 1080 resolution, kind of like modern cell phones are. This thing can handle through USB Type-C, DisplayPort out. Has Wi-Fi dual band, 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. And that is Wi-Fi 5 up to AC speeds. The Lite can do Wi-Fi 6 because the chipset is newer. So it also has 5.2 Bluetooth instead of 5.0 on the older Snapdragon 845. This has installed by default Android 10. I have a feeling the community will be able to figure out ways to port Android 11 or 12 to it, if they can find a Snapdragon 845 that supports it, and just port it over that way. The battery has been upgraded due to stretch goals. So it's supposed to have a 6600 or 6500 battery in the Pro that I have here, with an optional upgrade, I believe, that they had for the Lite to be able to handle a larger battery as well. Quick Charge 3.0, 4.0, and 4.0 Plus compared to fast charging on the Lite. Same form factor size, packing list, what's included. And that's that, guys. So, alright, let's go ahead and get into this here. Got our trusty, never rusty Radio Shack micro driver. Ah, there it is. Alright, I was looking for the seam to look for the easiest way to open this. Alright. We have some foam packing Here is our high quality HDMI cable included for being HDMI micro form factor to standard size. Have our power adapter. We got two because we have the dock as well. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe everything off here as we go. Why? Because, well, I'm immune compromised and I have to be careful of such things. That's why. We have the case for the Odin Pro. With some headphones, Python. I can't use in-ear earphones, earbuds, so I'll just be giving these away. I do like that they do actually match the color though, so that's cool. My ears won't hold earbuds or earphones in, so that's the reason why. Python quick charge power adapter at 22.5 watts. It is a quick charge 3.0 adapter with DCP, FCP, AFC fast charging protocols. Safe, flame resistant shell, multiple protections. My camera is trying to focus on these faces. Python quick. Alright, so on the back, you can see it has a main board, matte shell, USB port. 0.6 amps at 120 volts. 60 hertz. 5 volts. It is 4.5 amps. 9 volts is 2 amps, and 12 volts is 1.5 amps. Maximum is 22.5 watts. I'm really glad they had a white option available, and everything so far out of this box, except for this case, has been white. So that's awesome. Alright, so Ford features outstanding performance. Supports QC 3.0, Quick Charge 3.0, DCP, FCP, AFC protocols with a maximum output of 22.5 watts. Can quickly charge the equipment. Universal 120 to 240 volts. Input satisfied most countries and regions. Voltage standards. Compact size, which is easy to pack for business travels. Flame resistant shell. Built-in smart chip. Prevents overvoltage, overcurrent, and short circuit. Cool. Here is the Super Dock. Odin handheld partner. Does that not just look cool and make you wish that the Switch had a clear face plate for its own dock? ayn Super Dock. Recycled. ayn Technologies Limited. Address is G915 Walling City Panorama Building, Guajiai Road, Baoan District, Shenzhen, China, Website is www.any.hk. I wonder if that's supposed to be AYNHK. Made in China. Super Dock 15 in 1. Support 64 cube handle connection. HD output. Fast charge without wiring. And support expansion hard drive. Nice. Alright. Now, the one thing is, this dock may not do 4K 60 out of the box because we don't know what the actual Odin Pro firmware is configured for. We'll have to check in the options after I get it set up to find that information out. So, here we go. The ayn Odin. I love this logo. It's just cool. It's simple, elegant. AYN on the side. AYN. Model Pro. Storage 8 gigs. RAM 128 gigs. It's supposed to be in 256 gig. Battery 6,000 milliamp per hour. Color white. See, if you selected other, they did have some other translucent colors available in the first run that were red, blue, green, and those were in addition to the purple, white, and black. Same information there. Alright. Let's see the easiest way. I love that this box is reusable, being that it's shipped in this kind of a box, this kind of folding box. They sent me festive colored foam packing for it because they were hopeful it would arrive by the Lunar New Year. So, aha! Alright, let's see the easiest, best way to get into this without making a mess. I'm just going to try and get it open where I can slide it out. Let's compare also the way this is packed and everything and the condition it is compared to the Polymega, which had fingerprints and everything on it. Alright, ready, steady, set. Wow, that is really smooth stickers. It didn't make any adhesive mess or anything. Impressed already. There is a texture on the inside of the box lid. It is a fairly thick, robust box. I mean, it's a gift box. So you could consider that kind of a bonus in and of itself. It's the premium packaging. There is a suede, or not, more like a velvet material, crushed velvet, that this is sitting inside of. This color looks awesome. It just pops. So yeah, take a look. You can see the material here. It is a very form-fitted velvet lined box. How's that for some quality packaging? Here's our cable. You can see on the outside of it, it is just, or the part that's against the walls of the box, the gift box, is just plastic. And it is reinforced with extra cardboard. And that's cardboard stock. That's not corrugated board. This is just pressed stock board. See how many layers that is? They really made sure you got your money's worth on this. Alright, here we have our white matching charge cable. Oh, man. So, the bag this comes in, it reminds me of the bags that you would get, like, Apple Watch or Android watches in and such. It's just really, really high quality. The only thing I don't see in here is the screen protector, unless it's already installed, and it's not. Wow, that is a very slick... It feels like a switch. It's solid. By the way, these light up, and these rings down here, you can see, they light up. They light up blue. One of the stretch goals was for RGB on the lighting. Those triggers, man, that's amazing. Your actuation starts as soon as you move it. Where it is Hall effect magnetic sensors. That's the start of your actuation. These are more clicky than even the Joy-Con shoulders. It sounds really solid. Oh my gosh, that D-pad. Alright, let's test it. You can't even press in on the center. It immediately starts trying to rock. That's awesome. Wonder if they stuck the screen protector in here. They could have, because this box is wider. Unless it's in the storage box. It could very well be in here. Sorry if I'm bouncing around a bit. I'm just excited for this thing. This was literally something that, you know, I saw. I got in contact with them and see what offers and they could do customization wise and what things would be in stretch goals, and then just kind of, oh wow, it's actually branded too. So if you're familiar with the company TomTalk that makes cases for the Nintendo Switch, that's this same company that they got to make this case. I have a grip, a screen protector, and a case that, oh, well, you can tell it was inspired by the Switch, but let's say one memory card's not enough. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that enough? And then this thing is really nice. The only issue I've ever had with TomTalk cases for the Switch is they don't have enough game slots. I wanted something with 30. That's why I went with the Fintai. But just for this is overkill. Like crazy, crazy quality. How many screen protectors do we get? I never get these things on the first time right way. Hopefully I have more than one. Oh no. Oh no, it's only one. My hands will have to wait till I can get that with more precision. So I had one of these from a previous company for the Nintendo Switch OLED, and I wasn't a fan of it just because I didn't like how it made everything feel. But for this, having the cutout on the back and everything, I don't know. We'll see how it looks. It'll definitely help with grip, that's for sure. Wonder if it's going to interfere with the Super Dock. Fits very well. Maybe I can use this as a guide to be able to install this screen protector. Does it fit inside this hole? If it does, I'll use it for that. If it doesn't, I'll have to think of something else. Rip. No. Does not fit inside that hole. It fits the height, does not fit the width. It's off on the width by about 3 millimeters. So, we'll keep this right here. Got this grip on here now. Oh wow, that gives a tremendous feeling. Not even sure what that is. Let's check and see. Thank God it's not on the actual handheld itself. Wiping this down. Cool thing is, by the way this is made, it adds a little bit more depth and thickness. So my larger sized hands have a little bit better grip on this. And it doesn't interfere with anything. Even the microphone has its own hole. Cut out here for the entirety of the exhaust. For your buttons. Your micro SD card and your micro HDMI. I'll probably never use the micro HDMI. Just because I have the Super Dock. And with that, why do you need to? I like this case though. I'm glad I got the Super Pack. Definitely get your money's worth with a Super Pack. Alright. Let's go ahead, throw our cable in here. Scoot the screen protector down. Oh yeah. Zipper's a little bit rough, but it could be just where it was new and I didn't have it seamed up very well. Yeah, that's what it was. It was just where it wasn't seamed up very well. Feels good. The small, very small tap cord here for a wrist strap. Why you need a wrist strap on your case instead of on the console like the PSP had and the PS Vita had, I don't know, but I mean, that's something. They had it on there at least. So we got user manual for the Base and Pro. System software. Turning on the device for the first time, it is recommended to charge the battery for at least 30 minutes before turning on the device for the first time. Be sure to use the provided Type-C cable, because unauthorized cables may cause damage on your device. After the battery is fully charged, press and hold the power button for 10 seconds until the device turns on and the brand logo shows up. Wait for the logo screen to end. Enter the wizard interface. Follow the wizard interface to complete the basic settings of the device and enter this system. After entering the system, in addition to providing the basic Android system, we also provide you with a front-end app with an integrated emulator. Click the Launcher app on the homepage to enter. You can view your current version information in continue system. Update app. Okay. Sorry about that. You can find all the setting options to turn off Odin in the settings app. The drop-down task bar provides you with some convenient function switches. Use any apps you downloaded in the horizontal screen and the game assistant will appear on the right side of the interface. System upgrade. Sorry guys, I'm having to wait for it to focus to be able to read through the screen of the phone. The device will follow the passage of time, collect user feedback into the system software to update iteratively. Improve the operating experience, and add new software functions. Please check upgrade in the system update app. Operation methods. Open the system update app. 2. Click check for upgrade. Note, when using this function, please check whether the network is unblocked, the device storage space is sufficient, and ensure that the device has enough power to finish complete. For more information, please visit the website https://www.ayn.hk. Yes, so on the box here, it is supposed to be AYN, not ANY. Just so you are aware, developers for this product, that is a misfouling of the print. Safety and user instructions. Health. Privacy. Charge. Please stop using the device immediately if you find the front and back cover of the device to heat up if the device is used while charging. Then put the equipment in a ventilated place and wait for the device to cool down before using it again. After the device is fully charged, disconnect the adapter from both the device and the power supply. Do not clean the device during charging. Buttons and joysticks. In order to extend the service life of joysticks and buttons, please do not shake the joystick violently. Please do not press the button vigorously. Please avoid height drop. Keep away from the fire. Please do not disassemble any components. If any parts appear damaged or missing, please reach us. info@aynhk.hk. Maintenance of equipment. When the device is not used for a long time, it is recommended to charge the device once in 3 to 5 months. If the equipment is not in use for a long time, please store the equipment in the box you purchased to prevent the equipment from entering dust. When cleaning the device, please use a soft cleaning cloth to wring dry and wipe. Do not clean the screen forcefully and disconnect the power supply. Please do not leave the working device in a high temperature environment for a long time. High temperature may cause irreparable damage to the device, even to explode. Oh no. Please do not disassemble the equipment at will. Please ensure the integrity of the equipment when in use. Please do not place the device under blankets, pillows, or under your body, especially when connected to the charger, as this may cause the device to overheat. Battery. If used properly, it will extend the service life of the battery. Please fully charge the battery before using the device for the first time. Do not disassemble or replace the built-in battery. Do not place equipment in a high-temperature environment. After charging is complete, please disconnect the adapter from both the device and the power supply. The battery is a lithium battery. The leakage of the components contained in the battery or the combustion product of the components may cause personal injury and damage to the system. Please recycle and dispose of it in accordance with local law. Warranty: returning the device to the factory for repair may cause data loss. Please back up your data before sending it back. The device is entitled of 1-year warranty from the date of delivery, and the device can be returned or replaced within 7 days of receipt if there is any quality problem. The rechargeable battery will eventually be worn out due to repeated charging and discharging. This is normal consumption from the date of receipt of the device. The battery will no longer be covered by warranty service after 6 months. Artificial damage, including but not limited to water, moisture, falling, squeezing, etc., is not covered by warranty service. Damage caused by improper use of accessories, caused by inferior accessories such as non-original accessories, is not covered by warranty service. Notice we do not provide free shipping, so the return only refers to the product cost, not including the shipping fee. TF card, and this is your transfer flash or your micro SD card slot. If there is an incompatibility when you insert a TF card to the device, please use a card reader to connect to the PC or computer and formulate the TF card, or format rather, the TF card into FAT32 or exFAT. Please check if the TF card is inserted correctly. If it is not inserted completely, it may not work. If you use correctly TF card to store data, please note we are not responsible for any data loss inside the TF card. When the device is running, please do not pull out the TF card to avoid data loss. After inserting the TF card, please go to modify the storage path manually on corresponding apps. Clean. Please disconnect the power when cleaning for safety. Please use soft cleaning cloth to clean the screen. Do not use any chemicals containing chemicals to wipe the equipment. If the 3.5mm audio jack, USB port, HDMI port, vent, and speaker need to be cleaned, please use a soft, small brush to clean. Contact product specifications. Go ahead and Qualcomm Snapdragon SD or Snapdragon 845 64-bit chip. Processor is known as the Cryo 385. Two quad cores included on this chip is a Cryo Gold at 2.8 gigahertz with 256 kilobytes of L2 cache. Quad core number 2 is a Cryo Silver at 1.8 gigahertz with 128 kilobytes of L2 cache. GPU on the SoC or system on chip for the Snapdragon 845 is the Adreno 630 at an overclocked up to maximum 787 megahertz. That's quite a bit. That's almost 3 times the output potential for the Razer Phone 2 on the GPU. RAM is 8 gigabytes or 4 gigabytes. Storage is 64 gigabytes, 128 gigabytes, or 256 gigabytes. TF card support. Screen is an FHD or Full HD 1080p. That's at 5.98 inches. IPS LCD with touch. It does have capacitive touch. I believe 10-finger touch. And the screen resolution is 1080 tall by 1920 pixels wide. 16 by 9 aspect ratio. Pixels per inch density is 369. the type of glass is Dragon Trail glass. Video output is HDMI plus DisplayPort. Audio is Qualcomm acoustic audio codec and speaker amplifier. That is 2 speakers at 1 watt each. We got Wi-Fi. We got Bluetooth. We have USB 3.1 Type-C, mini HDMI is what it says, but it's micro. And then 3.5mm headphone jack, Android 10, 6600 mAh battery on the Pro model, and quick charge 3.0, 4.0, 4.0 plus. And that's got that. All right. So now that we have absconded through the manual, let's go ahead and take a look at the Super Dock here. Wow, those just come off really easily. I love that. This thing is just beastly. It's all quality too. That is a massive charge block for the adapter. Alright, we do have another USB Type-C cable, but this one is Type-C on both ends, so 3.1 Type-C. We have these pads here that you can be able to use for spacers as well as anti-skid or anti-move stick pads on the bottom. Maybe. We'll see. Not exactly sure. This is probably the most exciting thing to come out peripheral-wise for anything. Alright, so this is fixed. So, looks like, yep, you can get it out, but I wouldn't recommend just start prying on it because you will break it where it is at an angle. You can see it's at an axis angle, but it works by pressing down on the cover to dock the console. So, let's go ahead and see how well that does with this case on. Where this has a little bit of space opening around it, I don't know. I don't think it'll go all the way. Yeah. So this case will not let it work inside the dock. This is still covered right now, so I'm going to leave those covers on. See right here. Pop that back in. See if it will even go inside. Ooh, yeah, that's rubbing. So, not going to put that inside with this case on. So remember that, guys, that if you want to use the dock, take it out of the case. You can see where it's sitting at right now. Apply pressure downwards. It sits at the very top, and that made it actually turn on, so that's interesting. We have a port right here for being able to use the micro HDMI. It looks like the way that you will end up having to do this will be using a short micro HDMI cord to micro HDMI here, and then that will make this dock output properly. Alright, so checking out this 65 watt adaptive quick charger. Pizen Pro. This thing's beastly. Alright. I mean, that's almost as wide as my hand. (200 to 240 volts, 1.5 amps, USB-C 1, and USB-C 2 is 3.3 volts, 20 volts at 3 amps, 5 volts at 3 amps, and 9 volts at 3 amps. Got 12 volts at 3 amps, 15 volts at 3 amps, and 20 volts at 3.25 amps, or 65 watts max. The USB-A port, 4.5 volts at 5 amps. We got 5 volts at 4.5 amps, 9 volts at 3 amps, 12 volts at 3 amps, and that port has 36 watts max. So in these combinations here, you can see how you get to the maximums: 63 watts, 63 watts, 60 watts. This is just a beastly. You can see how much space it takes up. Alright, so here's the important part. SuperDock manual. Interface. Micro HDMI on the top. Acrylic panel is removable. Type-C. Nintendo 64 plugs. Back 4K 60. Told you guys. So the handheld itself only does 1080p 60. But in the dock can do up to 4K 60 output. So you could use this to watch Netflix properly upscaled to 4K. If it has provisioning for Netflix. I don't know yet because I've not been into the actual handheld operating system to look and see what security provisions it has. Hard disk. Please remove the 4 screws and panel before installing the hard disk. Removable of transparent panel. Already figured that out. HDMI connection. Connect HDMI input interface. So we got HDMI 1080p output interface on the side here. Goes to TV, monitor, projector. Dock connecting HDMI needs to be plugged in power to use. The Dimensity version does not support 4K displays. When using the Dimensity version, the micro HDMI input interface can only be displayed through the HDMI output interface on the left. So if you have the light, it's only the one on the left. Got it. Alright. (4K) connection diagram. We got the Type-C input interface, and then on the back, there's your 4K 60 output. HDMI 2.0B does handle HDR up to 8-bit color, or in RGB mode, or 4x2x2. Does not do 4x4x4 color chroma at 10-bit color. It can only do 8-bit color. So, tips: when using the Qualcomm version, the Type-C input interface can only be displayed through the HDMI output interface on the back. So with the Pro, you're only using the one on the back. With the Lite, you're using the one on the side. Fine by me. Safety, warranty. The dock itself carries 1-year warranty as well. Nice. Alright. We did not get a short micro HDMI cable because you don't use it for the Pro. You only use it for the Lite. So you dock it, and then you'll use this one for the Pro. Still waiting to find out what these are for. They look like spacers that go inside the hard drive area, but we shall see. We got our 4 screws here. This is a really nice dock. It's built very well. The molds on the controller ports is excellent. Just crazy. And look at the bottom. It's all vented. So all the hardware that's in the dock can be able to get airflow. That's pretty awesome. So these are just, I guess, just extra spacers in there, because you do have already anti-skid rubber pads on the bottom. Pretty awesome. But yeah, guys, what do you think about the ayn Odin Pro and the Odin product line? Feel free to let me know in the description below or in the comments below, and I will leave links in the description for this product. If you have interest in being able to obtain your own ayn Odin Lite, Base, or Pro. If you like the content, feel free to give a thumbs up. If you want to know whenever I have new content going live, consider subscribing to the channel. And if you want to know when I have new things coming in that may be potential future content, consider to follow me on Twitter at Xyber. And any of the giveaways I do in the future will always be based on who follows me as well as subscribes to the channel. But yeah, guys, Xyber, your Tech and Games Crusader. Hope you guys have a good night, a good day. Take care. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.